Hello ladies and gentlemen, Falcon here, and welcome to Crafting 101. Today we're going to be taking a look at Runecrafting. This is a pretty big money sink if you're into that kind of stuff, and we are going to be covering the basics all the way down to the most advanced in making runes. Hopefully I can do this fairly quickly so that I'm not taking up much of your time. So let's get started. Where do you get runes from to start with? The main component of runes is roughly, I'd say, the signs. You get them from killing various mobs, from salvaging gear. That's pretty much where you get them from. There are certain mob types that you can go kill that will give you the different kinds. If you kill living organisms, such as humanoids, they have a chance to drop signs of life. If you kill robots and stuff, they have a chance to drop signs of logic. I believe if you kill the mutated purple guys, whose name is escaping me currently, I believe they have a chance to drop fusion, etc., etc. Fire elementals, earth elementals, water elementals. The list can go on and on. And so that covers the types of elements there are, pretty much air, earth, fire, fusion, life, logic, water. Those are all the types that you will need to know. Fusion is a little bit more special because it's a fusion of elements. Kind of how it goes. As far as the different types of runecrafting sets that we have, there are attribute class rune sets, elder rune sets, general rune sets, PvP attributes, and PvP rune sets. We're going to be starting with the most basic of which will be the attributes. These simply increase base attributes. As you can see on the screen, deflect rating, or deflect critical hits, finesse, moxie, recovery. You get the drift. Pretty straightforward. Now, in order to be making these attributes, if we click on one of them, you'll see at the bottom it tells you what you will need, and this is... It'll tell you what you need, and these will require rune fragments, either armor runes, which are mainly used for defense, and for, no, just defense. Defensive runes such as shield. You'll see it uses armor fragment, armor rune fragment. If you are using, say, a damaging one, it will use, and all of them use general rune fragments. This uses intricate rune fragments for offensive stats. And then you will need a normal sign of air, or a normal sign of whatever type it is, and a greater sign of whichever element you are using. Ooh, that's a lot of wording, isn't it? And that's pretty much it. As far as those go, trying to... Then let's talk about Fusion. Fusion, as I said, was special. Fusion uses the Elden Rune fragments. You will need 3 of them. And then it uses whichever armor or intricate rune fragment. And then it uses a mixture of 2 major signs, excuse me. And it will be just kind of a combination of whichever. Some of them, as you can see, don't, but it uses 3 of 1. Some of them use just a rune fragment and then uses 1 of each. So there are several ways that they do it, and it can be quite costly depending on which one you are wanting to make. But we will get into all of that in a bit. I will have I have a spreadsheet that will have a link in the description that will hopefully help you out. It's taken quite a bit to make. I started it before making the video, and am going on later to finish it before this video hopefully comes out. If not, I will at least have most of it done, I hope. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the general rune sets. Now, obviously, in order this isn't how they go, but general rune sets is the next level of runes that you'll want to take a look at, mainly when you're around level 50. These are runes that have attribute increases and also give a set bonus. So for example, let's look at Shield Specialist, because this is one that I currently do use for my tanking set. And these are, as you see, if I have 4 of them in, it will increase my max shields by 860, and we will reduce my shield boost time. Pretty straightforward. It doesn't actually tell you how much rating you get when you put this in at all, but on the spreadsheet there will be a thing for it. It tells you how much you get, and then I guess I should mention this. It'd probably be best if I pull up my shield. As you can see here, once you socket later the second, third, and fourth slot, you get less of the stats from it. I do believe it still gives you the full bonus, but you don't get as much stats. And you also can't put 2 of the same type of rune into an item. So you can't put multiple shield specialist runes into it. So that's kind of sucks, but what you gonna do? Oops, and I just threw my pencil down. So that covers general runes. Let's talk about class. Oh, well, my bad. Fusion has no general runes because all of the because all of the stats here. My computer is getting hot. Because all of these stats here are increased, these are better runes than you would get from doing an air attribute or any of the others. But there are no general rune sets for this one. So moving on, your next thing that you'll be going up to will be your class-specific runes. These give base attribute increases and a class-specific bonus. For example, if we take a look, let's see, Warriors, don't care about you, no offense, I love you, but you're not me. This would probably be in the zone. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so these will, as I said, give you a base bonus, a base stat increase, and it will give you a set bonus. Now these are slightly larger number needed in order to complete the bonus. For example, in this one I need 6 runes to get the base bonus, which gives me defense, which increases my armor by 700 whenever I am between 25% and 75% of my special resource. Pretty straightforward. It goes kind of in line with most of my other abilities, except they are 30 and 70, so it's a little bit better range, which is not bad. Tough Chassis is another one for engineers, and it increases my health, my bot's health actually, by 600, excuse me, as well as my assault and support power by 17. Not very big buff there, but kind of useful if you have bots and they always seem to die. They have a little extra health. And these require a fragment of whatever class you are, 3 Elden Rune fragments, a sign of whatever type, but a major one, and it requires 3 of them, and then 1 Elden sign. These are pretty rare. They're superb quality, and could take a good bit of farming in order to get the ones that you need. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, kind of where you can find them. It's not like always the drops, but I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty quickly. If you see one type dropping off of a level 47 to 50 mob, then it'll probably have these as well, and you can farm them out. And again, each one has a different class fragment, and you get these by, I believe, don't quote me on this, I could go look it up, but that's no fun. I believe by just salvaging gear of the type. So if you salvage heavy, it most likely will either give you a warrior or a engineer. I could be wrong, but in general, who knows? Logic, if I went and looked, it would be easier to tell you. But either way, salvaging gear. I salvage tons of gear, so I have quite a few of all of them. And probably the reason why I have no money. Hopefully that didn't give you a black screen. If it did, I apologize. Next, we're going to be talking about the Elden rune sets, the very last rune set for PvE. These are basically stronger versions of the general rune sets. I will admit I am not a total expert on this, and if I find out differently, then I will put it up in an annotation. But these are... they have the same buff name, so it still has Shield Specialist. So I don't know if these actually stack with the other ones or not. Don't know. As of this moment, I'm going to assume they don't. Because it says that I have to have a Logic Bomb set. These come in two varieties. There are Excellent, I believe is the name of it, which is the blue quality. And then there is Superb, which is the purple quality. There's only a few of the purple ones that I found. So I'm not totally sure how that works, but we'll look at Shield Specialist again. This with the 8 set bonus gives me 1,300 extra shields and reduces my reboot time. However, the difference is when I have 20 of them, it then gives me a different special bonus. I'm pretty sure you lose the other one, but so when you have 20, it will be whenever my shields are depleted, it unleashes the Logic Bomb. Funny. Which deals technology damage to all foes and restores shields to yourself and 4 allies within 6 meters. Can only occur once every 30 seconds. That sounds pretty awesome, especially as an engineer who uses a lot of shield-based mitigation for tanking. And that's pretty much what the Elden are. I said there are some purple ones that are, I'm guessing they're even better. So if we take a look at Assassin, this starts off with an increase of 24 and deals 30 damage. And then at 20, whenever you land a critical hit, it has a chance to do 1,207 magic damage that spreads to 4 foes within 6 meters, which would be really nice for DPS. I could see that being really good, especially since there is no timer on it. That could be rather... that could be a lot of damage. So the Fusion Blast set would be really good. And these require special fragments, much like the other ones, that drop off of whatever you disenchant. 3 Elden rune fragments, and 2 of the Elden signs of various types. So, at least for the epic. The other one just takes a major and a normal Elden. I have not encountered a ton of these. I have a handful, and I've probably salvaged 100 or more pieces of gear that are around the level 50 range. So, you know, it's going to take some guild effort to get your people what they need, which is kind of a nice thing. The last 2 things we're going to talk about, we're going to only briefly cover them. PvP attributes, kind of just a quick look. Most of them are pretty straightforward. There's only offense or defense, same as a normal attribute. It takes a rune fragment and a sign and a greater sign of whatever type it is. And as far as PvP rune sets go, they're basically the same as general rune sets. They take a fragment of the Gladiator, which you can get by disenchanting PvP gear, I believe. And you may get it from general gear, but I'm pretty sure it's only for PvP. And then it uses an Elden sign of whichever type, and a major sign, and that's pretty much it. There are some class specifics to them, so they're I guess they're more like the class ones than they are the general runes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's look at Fusion. Fusion's always the most interesting to me because it's got the stuff. It's got wow, it's got a lot of PvP runes in that fusion. There's my engineer one. Supercharged exosuit activation. Interesting. That might be nice for PvP to look at. I have a lot of those actually in my bank. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, and again, I'm sorry for if you got a black screen, but I had to click out and my thing's acting weird. If you have any questions, let me know. I will attempt to answer them the best that I can. If you're having any problems, blah, 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 you get the hint. Subscribe to the channel. I have more guides coming. I apologize if this is a little ratty, per se. This is my first guide that I'm working on. Goodness, this is probably more spammer mail. Oh, no, it's not. Someone harvested my stuff. Awesome. So anyway, thank you guys. Let me know what you think. Give me your feedback. Tell me what you think about the spreadsheet. Again, a lot of time into it. Subscribe to the channel for more stuff. Throw a like on the video if you liked it. Send me gold to Falcon. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, my name is Falcon. I am the guild leader of the Black Sun Society on Michelob Light, whatever it's called, Microlos. I'm horrible with names. Come on. Anyway, we're recruiting everyone. We have a lot of people that seem to be getting up in the 50s. We're about to start raiding. I will be doing guides on that too, if possible. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a great day.